Welcome back. A world-famous snake breeder's ex-wife stands accused of his murder. It has taken several years to bring this case to trial, and it all begins on Monday. And our cameras are going to be in this courtroom in Missouri. Lynlee Renick is accused of plotting and executing the shooting death of 29-year-old Ben Renick, who was a well-known snake breeder. She says she didn't do it, claiming that she found her husband dead on the family property back in June of 2017. Let's take a closer look now back at the case. Ben Renick was one of the country's preeminent snake breeders.
This girl, very tame.
Renick appeared at reptile shows selling his snakes to enthusiasts all over the country. That ended in June of 2017 when he was found dead at his breeding facility.
I thought he'd been attacked by a snake because his skull was crushed. But he was standing exactly where he always stood, right there in the facility.
Sam Renick is Ben's brother. He got the panicked call that night from Ben's wife, Lynlee.
It wasn't until well after the police arrived and that I was told that he was actually murdered by a gun, by a weapon, and I found that very hard to believe. I couldn't wrap my mind around it. Nobody would ever want to hurt Ben.
According to police, Ben was the victim of multiple gunshot wounds, with one being a contact wound to the head. Nothing was stolen, and based on where his body was found, investigators seemed to be convinced of one thing, that the killer was known to Renick. But Ben's murder went unsolved for more than 2 years, until a break. Identified only as BB in the police report, he broke the case wide open with information leading to the arrest of Ben's wife, Lynlee Renick, and her ex-boyfriend, Michael Humphrey. The two are charged with first-degree murder in the death of Ben Renick. According to the probable cause affidavit, BB told police he was having an affair with Lynlee while she was married to Ben. They continued to see each other after Ben died, even fathering a child with her. According to BB, Lynlee told him she feared Ben would divorce her over the money problems with the spa. So, with the help of ex-boyfriend Michael Humphrey, she planned to shoot Ben after a previous poisoning attempt failed to kill him. BB told police that Lynlee and Humphrey went to the snake farm. Lynlee told Ben that Humphrey was an old friend who wanted to see the snakes. After a tour, they returned to the car to retrieve a gun. BB told police Lynlee walked in with the gun and shot Ben multiple times. Lynlee and Humphrey then returned to Lynlee's spa business, where Lynlee took off her clothes and took a shower, giving the clothes to Humphrey to dispose of with the gun and shell casings.
It was a huge relief. We were happy to finally get some answers. However, of course, they were ugly. You know, hearing that she attempted to poison him, all of that was new news to us. Finding out that she was having an affair was something we were completely taken. We were shocked. We couldn't have imagined that. That's not the Lynlee we knew.
Still with us, Dave Ehrenberg and Vonda Sargent. This case is all about whether or not you, as a juror, believe that the wife, Lynlee, was the trigger person, or was it Humphrey, who is going to come in and testify for the state? Does she have to testify, Dave? She does have that personality. She fooled her family for 2.5 years. They all thought she was just a grieving wife. And she might have been. We don't know. Your take on how the defense gets over the hurdles that are now facing Lynlee Renick?
Ted, they don't. And as a prosecutor, I really like this case. You know why, Ted? You've got the smoking gun. Literally, Humphreys, who was found guilty at trial of first-degree murder, now wants to cut a deal. By the way, what a lawyer, he must have had, who said, hey, hold out until after you're found guilty to cut the deal. His leverage evaporated. And so now his deal is that the prosecutors are going to lower it to second-degree murder, where he may get eligible one day for parole. But in exchange, he gave prosecutors the murder weapon, and he's going to testify against Lynlee. So it's going really well for the state. I think you'll get a conviction here.
And Vonda, unless he bombs on the stand and jurors actually think the cross-examination of Humphrey is going to be the case, is it not? Maybe even more so than Lynlee herself taking the stand.
I agree. I agree with everything Dave said. It was absolutely fascinating to me that you wait until you get convicted and say, okay, I'll help you. But I agree with you, Ted, that the cross-examination is going to be key in this case. And so if he can withstand the cross-examination, I think she'll be joining him in the female equivalent of a jail cell. But I just am gobsmacked that he waited until after he was convicted instead of coming forward and go, if I fall, we all fall. So that was a very interesting set of circumstances. As a former prosecutor, I would love to try this case. It would just be fun, and despite the fact that there is a dead man, it would just be a fun case to try.
Yeah, and there's a lot of emotion around it. This guy, we did a documentary here on Court TV. This guy was beloved, a snake breeder. People around the country loved him. Quickly, Dave, before we let you go, this deal that was struck, do you think there was a deal open for Humphreys before trial that he just didn't take?
Oh, yeah, you have to believe that there was a deal and he rejected it. It is amazing because he said all along that I had nothing to do with the murder. He said that he didn't know anything about anything. And then after he's convicted, he says, oh, here's the murder weapon. So you got to love cases like this. It is a serious matter. It's tragic. But, as a prosecutor, you're licking your chops for this.
Yeah, and there was a motion hearing last month that was extraordinary where I rewound it and looked at it really closely. Lynlee was shocked when the prosecutor got up and said, Your Honor, actually, we found the murder weapon earlier today, and Humphrey's going to be coming in here and testifying. This was the last motion hearing, and she's like, what? We'll see. It's all going to play out here on Court TV. We're expecting that trial to get underway on Monday, jury selection at the end of this week. Dave Ehrenberg, as always, thank you for your time. Vanna's going to stick around. She promises not to talk about you when you're gone. When we come back, we're going to take you live to Minnesota, expecting jury selection in the Kim Potter case to begin at any minute. You won't miss any of it. This is Court TV. Stay with us. Your front row seat to justice.